I'm a game dev, and in case you didn't know, I'm actually studying game design in college. So far, I have made a few small games, won a game jam, released a game, and also failed at some games along the way. But here's the thing, I'm self-taught, and I don't really know what I'm doing currently. Understanding game dev. Before now, I had created games, but documentation? Now, that's the real challenge. Creating a game is one thing, but I often forgot that someone else needs to understand my design process. As to get a job, you have to showcase your skills, and an understanding of the code needs to be showcased in order to be of interest. For example, Dwarvain, my dwarf spelunking game, has not an ounce of documentation, as I just designed what came to mind. Now, this is great for speed and progress, but it also ruins credibility and your ability to present the game to anyone who isn't you. These people do not understand the quirks of your own code. A clear portfolio of how you built your game is seriously needed to go anywhere. As a student, I struggled with this initially, often going down the route of telling a story of my game idea instead of documenting it and being straight to the point and outlining the features in a clear way for anyone to follow. That's why when I was tasked with any assignment, I would document the life out of it before trying my hand at coding anything at all. I would attempt to plan it out first to the best of my ability. The first large project that revolved around this process was Blindside, my bridge reversing simulator. This was the first game for which I chose a document first, implement later approach. Being tasked to design a simple game, I took one of you guys' concepts and shaped it into a finished product. It helped that the concept was simple, so I was able to create it within a shorter span of time. Also, if you guys have other concepts you want me to try, be sure to join the Discord and share them to me. As college progressed, I personally evolved, learning coding practices which I never used before. Being self-taught led me to getting a bit comfortable with what I knew and not looking beyond that. And oh, there was a lot that I didn't know. We had languages thrown left, right, and center at us. JavaScript, Java, HTML, CSS, SQL, Flutter, and Dart. As college went on, the language changed, adapting became key, and eventually I got used to it. Creating small websites, group game design documents, and Java applications became almost second nature to me. From documenting versus going with the flow. What I have learned is that as much as I, and maybe you, also love going with the flow, to get a job in the industry, and to present yourself and your skill set at a later date, you need to document everything. Now, of course, if making a game for you is more of a hobby and for a bit of fun trying a new skill, then by all means go with the flow. But having a structured approach is what I think is best if you're thinking of pursuing a career in game dev. MVP. And no, not that MVP. The minimum viable product strategy is what I had picked up on when it comes to designing my games through trial and error. How it works is, you create the simplest form of your game based on your documentation and ideas and build that. Just stick to that original design goal. From here, I was able to learn if a game idea was going to be fun to make or not early on, or if it was total trash and the idea had to be revised. Languages and learning. Doing multiple languages at the same time isn't normally done, but it has taught me to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is a weird one, I know, but I found trying things outside my comfort zone really helped broaden my skill set and to excel in my learning. Taking ideas and applying them in different ways, coming up with a variety of solutions, and attempting to integrate one idea from one coding language to another led me down rabbit holes where I researched and absorbed the new information like a dry sponge. Along with the learning, there was also the need to understand how to troubleshoot. To know where it went wrong is to know how to fix it. If you can understand the fundamentals of error detection and troubleshooting, you kind of become unstoppable. Error on line 420? Nice. The game engine, the development tools, all tell you what the problem is, most of the time. Just take that issue, research, and voila, here's your solution. If you can do this, you can code. It doesn't matter how slow you are, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you can just solve the mistakes you make, you learn, you adapt, and understand how to avoid them next time. I know it sounds so simple, and yet so many don't know how to do it, as many just rely on artificial intelligence. The big bad, her, gur. No, it's not. But it's also not something to be dependent on. For example, most people I know say screw web development as AI can create my website in seconds. And while yes, it can create a website for you, it does not teach you any design standards, error handling, or how to input your own work. If you do not understand something, you do not use AI to create it. Simple, right? No, not nowadays. Game ideas by AI. Error handling by AI. Things that should be core skills you have are overwritten by Mr. GPT, who you think can solve it for you. What should AI be used for? Well, in my experience, I use it for monotonous tasks. Create a JSON file? Use AI. Create a table? Fill it in with AI. Save time where it's not needed to spend it. Use that time to create. Just ensure that you do not overwrite the key fundamentals such as problem solving and creating. Current development. Currently, I am working on my final assignment for college, where I must design 2 games, a website, an API, and a mobile application. Currently, I have created Isle of Creation as a Java game, which you can see in the background here. This is a simple item merger survival game, which you will find out more on the channel soon, so be sure to subscribe to see when it releases. For the website, API, and mobile application, I'm merging them all into the same project, which will be a portfolio website that displays all the design documentation for each of my creations. This is to also benefit me, of course, in the long run, and while creating all this, I will continue the development of my upcoming Steam release, Bouncy Book Castle, which you will also hear about really soon. Or might have already. Future plans. Overall, I feel like I've gained a lot from this year in college, and I'm excited for the future. Starting this summer, I will bring you all along with me on the journey of C++, as I take upon the challenge and create a game using solely C++, because how hard could it be, right? I'm so screwed. Along with that, I hope to grow the community. And with that said, I will be hosting a game jam on the Discord, ran by myself, Erasable Sky, and our friend Simon. So be sure to join and be ready for that. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you're hearing this, you may as well subscribe, like the video, and let me know if you'd love to see more college updates soon. See you in the next one.